House Republicans pressured to take sides between Trump, DeSantis, and as you pointed out, Maggie. So now, as the days and the weeks are piling on, what's happening is DeSantis is going to have to make a decision. Are you going to do this or not? You know what I'm saying? He's going to have to make that decision relatively soon, because if he waits too long, then the optics are just not going to be good. So he's going to have to make that decision relatively soon. And so is anyone else who's going to support or go against Donald Trump. Get all these ads off. House Republicans are coming under increased pressure to choose sides between former President Trump and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, as the former uses a potential indictment in New York as an early loyalty test for the GOP. Libby, hope you get better. Definitely appreciate you for being here, even when you're a little sick. Definitely hope you get better as well. While Republicans across the board, including DeSantis, have accused Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg of politicizing prosecutorial power in going after Trump over the Stormy Daniels hush money case, lawmakers at the House GOP's retreat in sunny Central Florida nonetheless have been caught in a Mar-a-Lago versus Tallahassee tug of war. So again, and that's what we went over the other day. But, again, it's like Trump's the guy that y'all got to take out, but you're rallying behind him. The Republican Party has a very difficult time, not being homogenous, not being completely on board with one another. The Democratic Party, there's a lot more diversity, not just like with ethnic backgrounds, but more diversity in like just political thought, political leanings, ideology, stuff like that. In the Republican Party, they really have a very, very hard time differentiating themselves from each other. What up, Joey? Appreciate you for being here, my brother. So again, that's just going to be an issue for them. Trump allies, taking clues from the former president and members of his family, have implicitly raised the pressure, including as a retreat that was supposed to focus on the House GOP's unity and power in its first months in Washington, but has instead been sideswiped by the Trump drama. House GOP Conference Chair Elise Stefanik, excuse me, the only member of leadership to endorse Trump so far, offered some of her first criticism of DeSantis over his Monday comment about the Trump allegations, where he swatted Trump for associating with an adult film star. DeSantis said he did not know what goes into paying hush money to a porn star to secure silence over some type of alleged affair. I think he's going to see slippage in support. Maybe they meant to say slippage of support. I don't know how those two things really go together. I'm not sure. Stefanik said of DeSantis when asked about his comments, he's already seen slippage in the past couple of weeks, and I think you're going to see President Trump continue to solidify this position in the Republican nomination. Yeah, man. I appreciate you, Joey. I really appreciate you. Because I'm doing my best, and shit ain't need. We all go through our struggles, you know what I'm saying, and that's why we all need each other. So I appreciate all the support from everybody. Thank you, definitely appreciate you. But yeah, again, this is going to be an issue. It's like they say, like, oh, the Republicans are ready to get rid of Trump. That's not the case. It's really going to have to be a hard battle. Rep Chip Roy. Oh yeah, Chip Roy. He recently put out like a message in support for Ron DeSantis. Chip Roy, who has endorsed DeSantis, even though the Florida governor has not yet launched a presidential campaign, took a shot at Trump, similar to the one from DeSantis when he appeared Monday on conservative commentator Glenn Beck's radio show. Look, at the end of the day, you cannot walk away from the fact that the former president clearly paid a porn star off to hush up right before an election. That occurred, Roy said, while also adding that the Bragg probe was Banana Republic stuff. Now, so here's the thing, like, this is about, so Chip Roy, he's actually just like going after Trump. But again, it's like, what for? The porn star payment. I mean, honestly, in comparison to everything else that Trump is accused of, or that Trump is guilty of, or, because Trump's been in the public eye for decades. So he's been in the public eye, like ripping people off, not paying people back and stuff like that for quite some time. This isn't new information. So I bring that up to say, like, all the stuff that Trump has done, the tax evasion, again, ripping people off at mass, just kind of taking advantage of the financial system to claim take advantage of the bankruptcy system to pay himself and fleece everybody else. That compared to the Stormy Daniels shit, I mean, let's be serious. Who cares? And I especially for the base, keep in mind, like the base, for them, because it's like, I mean, Donald Trump has so much dirt on him. It's kind of like nothing really matters, which is an interesting effect. Like there's so much negative energy and negative news and just kind of low down things Trump has done throughout his life. There's so much of it that it's like nobody really gives a fuck. So this just really is not a strong attack. If Ron DeSantis or anybody else isn't willing to go after Trump after, yes, he's got the best people working for him. Exactly, in our house. The best people. He has the best people. But again, it's like Trump is beatable. That's the thing. When I talk about Trump, it's not coming from a place of like, I really think he's this titan that can't be taken down. It's just that the things necessary to defeat him, Republicans aren't doing. They're just not doing them. Like if you're only gonna focus on this Stormy Daniels shit, nobody care about that. If you're not gonna go after January 6th insurrection, which we've pretty much seen proof that that's really not gonna happen, then because you insult him and then you say, but this is Banana Republic shit. Okay. So the stuff that really matters, so whatever. Okay, so again, we know that there's been no decision made on that. And, it's to no one's surprise that, Trump isn't behind bars right now or anything like that. It's to no one's surprise. But, Republicans in Orlando and Washington, D.C. have been watching the drama with interest, wondering how it might affect the battle for control of their party in 2024. Okay, so again, Republicans are looking to be neutral, but they're looking. I'm sorry, I'm just wiping my face and shit like that. It's a little warm in here, and my allergies is going ham. So again, yeah, they're gonna have to pick sides. They're really gonna have to pick sides soon. Okay. So here's a quote from Anna Paulina Luna. She announced her official endorsement of Trump. And she said, she's been on TV a variety of times, I'm pretty sure. Trying to cook up charges outside of the statute of limitation against Trump was a factor in her decision to officially endorse. This is unheard of, and Americans should see it for what it is, an abuse of power and fascist overreach of the justice system. I mean, really, I'm sorry, I got my face up. I thought I had this up. I'm sorry, but now I already read it. But so basically, again, what it's looking like the Republican Party is doing, especially, again, the politicians and the operatives, they're just really seeing which way the wind's going to blow. Like they're not really willing to fully go against Donald Trump, because when they have opportunities to do so, they don't take them. And there's, like a large speculation that if Trump, is indicted or anything like that goes down and blah, 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 all that happens, that'll raise his support. So they don't really know what the fuck to do. And it's just funny to watch, honestly, because it's like and it's not like it's just the Republicans that are guilty of this, but like these politicians really don't stand for anything. They're just careerists. Like they're just professional politicians, They're just doing whatever is best for their career. It's really not more complicated than that. They don't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Being in the federal government is a very lucrative position. Even if you're well-meaning, even if you're a good person, it's just, that's one of the best positions you can be in professionally. Again, even if you're a good person, you have access to fucking everybody because everybody needs access to you, which is why if you get a solid person in office, why so much positive change can happen, especially if you can get a variety of people in now, albeit we have a fucked up election system. But it's just one of the most powerful positions in the world. You could be somebody who really has no charisma, no soul, because generally speaking in the world, you need a decent amount of charisma, social skills, and a variety of different characteristics that just makes you good with people. But then you can be in a position where everybody needs you. So you can kind of lack that shit. And these are one of those positions. I mean, it'll be harder to get in office if you do lack that charisma, if you do lack those people skills, but a lot of them do. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, shit. That's why they don't give a fuck shit. They just trying to kick their feet up and keep taking advantage. But just imagine what a whole school, a whole fleet of well-meaning motherfuckers could do if we get them in the federal government. Because again, like, who the fuck? Like, fuck you mean? You tell me no. Fuck you talking about? Yes, absolutely. Accessibility. That's why it's so important. And that's why accessibility is fought against so hard by the status quo. Because again, you know, I mean, shit. If I was in the House or the Senate, can't nobody tell me shit now. What the fuck? If I was in a position like that, I would be doing whatever the fuck. And I mean that in a good way. I don't mean that in a bad way, in a corrupt way. I'd be like, this is what the fuck is going to go down because I'm the motherfucker with the pants. And if you tell me no, I'm going to fight your ass until you fucking succumb to my willpower. Because that's what the fuck politics is. It's fucking power. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't, it's not about crushing everybody, but your political enemies, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. I mean, what are we talking about? Because we talking about doing things like, you know, helping to eliminate. Oh, yeah, I will run, but later in my life, I absolutely 100% plan on that. But I want to get the me stuff out of the way first. And the me stuff isn't even necessarily just about me, but it will put me in a position to be more powerful. It's of my belief, because we see this all the time. One of the reasons why politics is more so an older person's game is because when you've lived more of your life, you're just in a better position. You have more experience. You have more resources. Your network and your reputation has had time to fester within society. But when you're in your early 20s and 30s, you have energy and ambition and stuff like that. But your lack of experience and, you know, like if I were in office now, sure, I could inspire people and shit, but I ain't got no damn money. That fucking matters. You know what I'm saying? Versus if you can get in office and I've already established myself as a man, as a professional, and a variety of other things, then my word will just carry more weight. I'm 31 years old. You know what I'm saying? So let some time go by in the private sector. But when I get up there a little bit, you know, I plan on running more when I'm pushing 50-ish up there. Because then again, I'll be in a position to where I'll have more resources, more of a network, more of a reputation. I'll just be able to do more. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, again, we do need young people in office, but you know, there's only so much you can do against a motherfucker who got millions of dollars and their word goes. It's just what it is. Now, the next article we're going to go over. In light of just how the Republican Party basically is just creating an environment where Donald Trump can just easily waltz his way into the nomination. Stop this. Tucker Carlson calls on Biden to halt potential Trump indictment for the sake of the country. Now, see, again, I keep saying there's, in order to take down the elephant in the room, you have to fight. Like, what the fuck? Like, who do they think Trump is? They're doing what they're doing because they know who Trump is. You know, Trump doesn't have as much enthusiasm, as much support as he used to, but he still has more than everyone else. And he's swinging. He's throwing real haymakers. Ron DeSantis hasn't even entered the race, and he's throwing all types of fucking hook shots at him. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he's and not just like stupid, petty, meaningless hook shots. Donald Trump has gone after Ron DeSantis's record on Social Security and Medicare like that, you know, so it's not hollow. All right, so let's watch.
If your business kept employees on payroll throughout the pandemic, Innovation Refunds can see if it may qualify for a payroll tax refund.
A day of rumors and thinly sourced news stories. Ooh, what's new? These about when and where Donald Trump will be arrested, fingerprinted, and photographed against a cinder block wall for his mugshot. How much of this is true? Once again, we cannot say. Here's what we know. A Soros-funded prosecutor in New York, a man who ran on the promise to indict Trump, seems to be working hard to indict Trump. indicting him for a crime that no one even pretends is a crime, including the federal agency that has already investigated it and declared it not a crime. So
not a crime, not a crime, not a crime. Don't indict Trump, protect Trump. The country's going to go insane. So again, now, what are they just going to change their tune all of a sudden? No, these motherfuckers are helping Trump win, but they say that they don't want him to win. Come on.
In Manhattan tomorrow, what will certainly be an overwhelmingly liberal grand jury will meet, and unless something unexpected happens, Democrats will have taken the unprecedented step of using a corrupt justice system to take out the frontrunner in the Republican presidential field.
See, again, and it doesn't matter how you feel about this. Like, even if you're somebody who does think like nothing bad happened, like there was nothing weird about January 6th or Stormy Daniels, even if you don't care about none of that, it don't matter. Like, they're defending it. You see what I'm saying? Like, just politically, just strategically, like they're not even trying to beat this dude
in a presidential race. And if that happens, America will never be the same. You've got to hope that for the sake of the country, the Biden White House, which will be running against Trump, will put the country above partisanship and stop this.
He just said, which will be running against Trump. Man, this shit is over.
That Merrick Garland at DOJ will issue a very public statement saying that this is wrong, which it is, and therefore preserve for our grandchildren our justice system.
Man, everybody is, I guarantee you, it's so, man, if you're going to beat Trump, this ain't the way if you're going to beat anybody, fuck just Donald Trump. Imagine if this was anybody, swap anybody else out and there were scandals surrounding them. This is politics. This is politics. And they're protecting his scandals, but they want to beat him. Get the fuck out of here, man. They just seeing which way the wind blows. All right, let's see, because we got a couple of other things. In light of this same discussion, we got some stuff from Rand Paul, and we got some stuff from Ron DeSantis himself. Rand Paul, let's go ahead and see what Rand Paul's talking about. Here we go. Rand Paul slams DA investigating Trump. Well, he should be put in jail. The DA investigating Trump should be put in jail. Again, think about, there was just a high school shooting in Denver. I just got a breaking news about that on my phone. Yeah, this is America. Jesus Christ. But yeah, a high school shooting in Denver. So Rand Paul said that the person investigating Trump should be put in jail. Okay, now. And this has been my point all along, right? It's like, yes, Donald Trump is very defeatable, but come on, like, are they doing it? No, they're not. They're not. He should be put in jail. Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky argued Tuesday that the Manhattan District Attorney investigating former President Donald Trump. My bad. Investigating former President Donald Trump over alleged hush money payments should be put in jail, insisting an indictment would be a disgusting abuse of power. Paul joined Trump and other Republicans sounding the alarm over what they deem is a politically motivating investigation into an alleged hush money scheme involving Trump and porn star Stormy Daniels, leading up to the 2016 presidential election. The investigation is being led by the Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, who critics contest received significant financial backing from billionaire liberal activist George Soros. It's always my man, George Soros. He do everything. He behind everything in the world, literally. A Trump indictment would be a disgusting abuse of power. The DA should be put in jail. And again, I'm not, he tweeted this. I'm not saying this or speaking this in a way that's like, throw Trump in jail now. Like, honestly, to tell you the truth, I really don't give a fuck about Donald Trump, man. And we didn't have this. And the reason I don't is because America is a much larger problem than just Donald Trump in terms of everything we have to deal with. Like, also, we've had the discussion that, salute, Mike, appreciate you for being here. As well, we've discussed how in order to protect your emotional and mental health, you can't wrap your mind and emotions too much around hating people like Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just got to do what we got to do and move forward. But again, it's like, oh, really? Oh, okay. Throw the DA in jail. Jesus Christ. On Monday, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis spoke out against Bragg's connections to Soros and similarly insisted an indictment and arrest of Trump appears to be politically motivated. If you have a prosecutor who is ignoring crimes happening every single day in his jurisdiction and he chooses to go back many, many years ago to try to use something about porn star hush money payments, that's an example of pursuing a political agenda and weaponizing the office. And I think that's fundamentally wrong. Said by the man who's supposed to take out Donald Trump. He in a boxing ring with Trump, you know what I'm saying? And he like, I'm not really gonna hit you. I'm sorry, please leave me alone, please. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, this is the big strong man. If Ron DeSantis was that dude, he would be throwing the haymakers. He would be like, man, get this dude Donald Trump the fuck out of here. We need to make way for the new. You motherfuckers know he done ripped off X, Y, and Z. He didn't pay this tax. He ain't pay that tax. He was tripping. The insurrection was a bit much, and Donald Trump encouraged it. He isn't saying any of these things. None of these things. He's defending him. I mean, this is insane. These people are so weak. Mm-hmm. And this is a letter that was sent to Bragg. About Republicans. You are reportedly about to engage in an unprecedented abuse of prosecutorial authority. The indictment of a former president of the United States and current declared candidate for that office, the letter stated. In light of the serious consequences of your actions, we expect that you will testify about what plainly appears to be a politically motivated prosecutorial decision. You know what I'm saying? It's just like all of this defense. But y'all, oh, my bad. I did it again. I got my face up instead of the article, but I just read it. Y'all heard me say it. In one of the last comments, we will not be intimidated by attempts to undermine the. Oh, that was what they said back. Okay, so we're not going to be intimidated. That's what the Bragg's office said. All right, well, y'all ain't doing nothing. So that's why Donald Trump continues to stampede towards the 2024 Republican nomination, because ain't nobody doing nothing about his ass. Ain't nobody doing nothing. And now we got one more edition. It's about Ron DeSantis. Thanks for the update, lady. Appreciate you. All right, here we go. Ron DeSantis gets cocky with Piers Morgan until he's asked if he'll run against Trump. Man, this dude, just stay in the governor's seat. Man, it's because look, Donald Trump. 2024 is all about Donald Trump. So you motherfuckers might as well just give it to him, because y'all already giving it to him because they know that he already got it. So just give it to him. Ron, just come out and be like, yo, look, check this out. Yo, this is Trump's time right now. Looks like the party's behind him. I want to focus on Florida. I don't really want to leave right now. I've got to do my duty to the citizens of the beautiful Sunshine State, and we'll look to the future, and maybe later down the line, we'll decide to put our feet onto that path. Yeah, good idea, because you're fucking stale and boring and you don't have the charisma or the fortitude to take out Donald Trump in 2024. But do that. That will sell very well. That'll look good. That'll make you look good. Everybody will understand. Do it, man. I'm telling you, Ron, do it. Do not fucking run against this man in 2024 for the sake of Republican senators and House members who don't have the guts to publicly criticize Trump. Don't do it for them. Do it for you. Just like they do everything else for themselves. Do it for you, Ron. Stay in office. In Florida office. Oh, shit. Here we go. Right. Thank you, Galvatron. I thought that was, I surprised myself as I was doing it. I was like, oh, this is actually how he sounds. Oh, right. I'm going to have to do whole segments about him. Governor Ron DeSantis puffs up enough to tell Piers Morgan he could beat President Biden in 2024, but ask him if he's running in the primaries, in which he'd have to face his bullying nemesis, Donald Trump, and his confidence collapses like a dried up souffle. You think you can beat Biden? Morgan asked. I think so.
I think so. Look, I'm going to leave this one up to the Republican voters.
Like, yeah, you ought to, man. Don't run. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it, man. Listen. So you're running then?
No, I didn't say that. I just said that I think I could.
In a hypothetical world where I didn't have as much to lose. I mean, if I didn't have, but again, he has a lot to lose. Like he really does. Like just on a blank slate from a blank slate objective career. Look, him running for office in 2024 really ain't, it's really, that's here. Him staying in office in Florida is way up here. Like, come on, bro. Do the right thing for yourself. Okay, so let's watch.
I think you could beat Biden?
I think so.
So you're running.
Oh! Do you think you can beat Biden? So I'm sitting here thinking the whole time that he said he would say he thinks he can beat Trump. No, he didn't. He ain't say that. That makes it even worse. That's funny as hell. That's hilarious. That makes this exchange even worse.
I think you could beat Biden?
I think so.
So you're running then?
No, I didn't say that. I just said I think I could. I mean, I think that's, I mean, if you look at Florida.
It would be harder to beat, Biden or Donald Trump?
I don't know. Those are two different.
Yo! Man, get the fuck out of here. Why do you think I'm wrong about Trump? Like, I really, the evidence is not being displayed. I mean, look at this.
I think you can beat Biden?
Ron DeSantis won't even say he thinks he can beat Trump. Why?
So you're running then?
Because
I didn't say that. I just said I think I could. I mean, I think that.
Nah, man.
I mean, if you look at Florida.
I've seen that the evidence is so much heavier on the side of Trump is gonna win. I didn't say Trump could win the presidency. I'm talking about the nomination, the Republican nomination. I don't think Donald Trump really can necessarily win the presidency again. But the nomination, the Republican nomination, absolutely. I mean, who's going to beat him? Who's going to beat Donald Trump in the Republican primaries? Ron DeSantis, a man who doesn't even have the confidence to say he can beat Donald Trump. I mean, who else is going to beat this guy? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not talking about the general election. I'm talking about the primaries. Like, who's going to take this dude out? All the Trump's approval ratings going up. Everyone is defending Donald Trump at every turn. They're defending January 6th. They're defending this probe on him from the New York District Attorney. But he hasn't announced yet. So again, like DeSantis hasn't announced. If he does run, he's going to have to drop out of the Florida office, right? He's going to have to drop out of office or get the laws changed to where he can stay in office. He has a lot to lose. He hasn't announced that he's running. He hasn't announced. So until he does, he's not running. And Trump is still defeating him in the polls, and his approval rating has gone up. None of these people are willing to fight Donald Trump where it matters. Ron DeSantis won't even say that he can beat Donald Trump. Why do you think that he can beat Trump? It sounds more like you want him to beat Trump. But what are you seeing that suggests that he can defeat Donald Trump? He won't even say he can. He's defending Donald Trump on this probe. Like, I don't see it. I don't know if I'm missing something, but I don't see it. I mean, what am I missing?